Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today I want to play the police audio interview for you in case you haven't heard it. It's actually been out there for quite some time, but we've never listened to it as a community before, and I just wanted you to hear from this man who did everything right. He saw something, he said something. He called the crime tip line. They told him, "Your tip is too vague, sir." And then he went out to the area. He took pictures. He was more specific. He gave them location pinpoints of exactly where he believed he saw Stephan Sterns standing outside of his dad's vehicle on that old hickory tree road, which guess what? That's where they found Madeline Soto's body. And that was within a week of her going missing, which is actually pretty quick in an investigation like that, and therefore there was a lot more evidence to work with. So I truly think what he did was amazing. I think him calling it in and them saying, "Well, sorry, have a good day, your tip's a little bit too vague." He could have just said, "Oh, okay." I mean, already at step one, he could have said, "Well, surely someone's called us in." But he decided to call it in. Then they said, "It's too vague." And he's like, well, how can I make it more specific? So he went out there, took pictures, sent it to them. And then they said, "Okay, but did you see his license plate number?" "Okay, you didn't see it? Yeah, sorry." But then he was like, "Okay, this is what I saw. There was a spare tire on the one side like this, and he was wearing a black shirt, and he was kneeling down, and he had a tire iron in his hand." And he gave so many details that helped the police look into that area. They were fairly close by at this abandoned house, looking around there, so clearly someone else saw him in that area. But because of this pinpointed location with landmarks given, like, well, there was a red shipping container and there was this little gate and all the things that he said, they were able to find Madeline Soto's body on March 1st of 2024. And she was last seen on February 26th of 2024. So that was really pretty quick, given the size and scope of this investigation. And as we see in some cases, sometimes bodies are never found. And if they are, sometimes it's so much later that there's not that much evidence to work with. So I'm so proud of this guy that I wanted to just put this out there. It's kind of like a case file, but it's just this one interview that I'm putting here in case you haven't heard it before, because I think he deserves a damn medal. So well done to Thomas. You are an honorary Grizzly. If you see something, say something, because it could really help solve the case, find a missing person. You just never know. Okay, so now I'm going to play it for you. I've also got some map time going on while you watch. And so there's also some evidence photos that they took at the scene. There's nothing graphic or anything like that. And so I'm going to play that for you now. And stay safe. Thank you for watching.
Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share.
Are we taking you out of work?
No, I work for myself. So
Oh, okay. So you take your own breaks.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, the date is March 4th, 2024. Time is 3:09 p.m. We are at the Kissimmee Police Department in reference to case number 24001896. Person present are myself, Detective Morris, Detective Smallwood, and what's your first name?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yes, sir.
And last name?
Caris, Carris.
What's your phone number?
407.
All right, before we start, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth, nothing but the truth, to the best of your knowledge, so help you God?
Yes, sir. So help me God.
All right, perfect. Put your hand down. All right, so we've talked a little bit on the phone that you called in information about a current investigation that the police are working. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you made that call, why did you call the police? Let me ask you that.
So I know I gave my information of what I saw that day to Crime Line.
Okay.
And they told me it was too vague.
Okay.
And so that's when I went out and took pictures of where I saw him.
How did you know that's what you were looking for?
I saw your guys' post
Okay.
that morning
Okay.
of the car and his face.
Okay.
And the car, where the spare tire was and everything like that, the spare tire was on the same exact side of that car and everything. It was a Lincoln that I passed on Hickory Tree. There's not much traffic that goes on in Hickory Tree, but there is, more picking up right now. So when I saw him on the side there, I kind of was like, whatever. That's a kind of convenient spot to break down, because it's kind of in a driveway, but it kind of sucks that you're kind of in the middle of nowhere,
Right.
But I called that into Crime Line, and they told me that I didn't have the license plate of his car because he was facing me, going towards Harmony.
Okay.
I was going away from Harmony, going towards St. Cloud on Hickory Tree.
Okay.
Old Hickory Tree, I'm sorry. So I called that into Crime Line. They told me I didn't have his license plate number, and I didn't have his address exactly of where he was. So it was too vague, and thank you, but have a good day, and they got up on me. So that's when I went and took the pictures of where I saw him. When I came back, Osceola and St. Cloud were starting their search right off of Nolte and Old Hickory Tree near the mobile and the construction site, and there's an abandoned house on the left. So I pulled over, and there's traffic going, everyone's slowing down, but I flagged one of the sergeants over. He came over, and I showed him the picture of where I saw him. And I showed him, I could show you the pictures too. It's the red shipping container, because that's the best way I could explain it, because there's no mailbox, there's no address. So the red shipping container is where he was parked in front of that, that area. So he sent me down to the abandoned school that's on Old Hickory Tree. They do, I guess, their police training there for the past year. So he sent me into the second parking lot where I spoke to an investigator named Donna. I don't remember her last name, but I'm pretty sure it started with a C.
Sita?
That sounds about right. And I airdropped her the photos. And then an hour later, they were at that same exact spot saying this is where they found her.
Okay. All right. So you're from St. Cloud.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to assume, but are you familiar with the St. Cloud area?
Yes, sir.
Have you grown up there and stuff
sir.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Old Hickory Tree goes from, say, 192, where it passes Nolte, all the way back to 192.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just lived off the corner of Old Hickory Tree with my ex-fiance for the past 2 years now.
Okay.
So I lived a little bit past the fire station on that corner right there.
So you said you were coming from
Harmony.
St. Cloud, the Harmony side.
Yeah, the Harmony side from Harmony coming back.
So it'd be going north.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eventually be going north.
It goes south for a bit, but then it loops back around to going north.
Okay. So when you come upon this guy changing his tire, okay, is as you're going north, is he on the left side of the road or right side of the road? Left side of the road. Okay, and you also mentioned there was a red shipping container. Was that shipping container close to the road, or
it's in my opinion, it's more in the middle of the field, on the left hand side of which we was parked. So I came around the corner, and there's another little curve, and then it's a little straightaway that we were on. Okay, that's where I saw him. He was by his driver door at that time, and he had a hat like mine but backwards, but it was like a yellowish, greenish, brown color, like light yellow, light green, brown.
Do you remember what color shirt he was wearing?
Black.
Okay.
I want to say he had blue jeans on, but I don't have much description of the jeans or the shoes, because when I got up to him, there was another car coming out on his side, coming towards us. He had a tire iron in his hand. There was no jack out that I could see. There was no other tire out that I could see. The spare tire was already on the car, and he had a tire iron out. And by then, and as I'm passing him, he squats down at the back rear tire where the spare tire's on with the tire iron. And as he squats, he looks up, and we make eye contact as I drive by him.
Okay.
And that's kind of how I knew it was him, because I had to slow down just because we're on a 2-lane road.
Okay.
And I want to say the speed limit there is 50, so I slowed down to about 40 when I passed him. So, yeah, the eye contact is what really did it for me. Not only the silver car with the spare tire exactly where it was, but the eye contact.
Okay. This is not the scale. So this is going to be Hickory Tree Road. So say the middle of the road. This is going to be going north the way you were traveling. Okay. There's little
Yeah,
driveways that go each way, both into cattle fields or whatever. Okay,
well,
so
this side has bamboo. This is
Yes.
the side of bamboo where they found her.
Okay.
I took pictures facing towards this way because that's where I saw him.
so I'm gonna draw your car here. That's gonna show you driving north.
Okay.
Okay, so just draw a square where his car was parked. Okay, and the front of his car is going to be on this side or that side? Okay. Now, can you draw an X where you saw him standing? Okay. And are you saying the spare tire was on this side or that's where you saw him?
He was there right next to the spare tire.
Okay, was the spare tire
already on the car?
Spare tire was already on the car.
On the car. There's no other tire here. There's no jack to put up or jack stands to put under the car. He was just standing there with the tire iron. Well,
Okay.
kneeled down. He kneeled down by that point of me passing him and looks at me. He has a tire iron in his hand, too. Okay?
Okay, was his trunk open or closed?
Closed.
Closed.
I didn't see anybody else in the vehicle either. So this kind of just left my mind until a few days later until I saw, the picture of him. And then you guys, I have the time from when I texted a client too, because he was on Alligator Lake. That's why I was heading this way.
Okay.
I just left Harmony to go to Alligator Lake because it was at 1:20 when I texted him that I am 20 minutes away. I'm leaving, not that I'm leaving Harmony, but I am 20 minutes away.
Okay.
So when I saw the time frame of what you guys gave from 1:10 to 1:35, I'm like, this was definitely him.
Okay, what time? So, if you actually, real quick, before we get rid of this, can you just initial up here for me? And the date, which would be the 4th.
Today's
3.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you're saying you're leaving the Harmony area to go to a client's house on Alligator Lake, which is north of where this is.
Yes, sir.
You saw him. Okay. So, what time do you think you passed when he was changing his tire?
So when I texted the client that I'm 20 minutes away.
Like, where were you when you texted this client?
I was in Harmony.
Okay.
And I was about to turn onto 192, or not about to turn onto 192, but I was coming the wrong way through Harmony. And I was like, okay, I meant to stop at the gas station, so I went back through Harmony, stopped at the Sunoco there. And when I left the Sunoco is when I saw him. Okay.
Okay.
That Monday. So the Sunoco is right there in front of Harmony High School.
Okay.
So I can go back and kind of try to see what time I was at the Sunoco.
No, we'll worry about that.
Okay.
Did you get gas there, or did you just go inside to get
I
something?
want to say I got a hot dog and like a beer for later.
Okay. But you went inside to get that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember what you were wearing? I mean, I can pick you out from a...
I want to say I was wearing a bright green shirt with this cap.
All right, so you left that Sunoco, went down to Hickory Tree. That's when you got on Hickory Tree to go north, or to go to your next client.
Yes, sir. I turned at the light, got on 192, then hopped onto Hickory Tree going back.
Okay, so when you come out of Sunoco, to get to Hickory Tree, turn right or left?
You turn left.
Okay, then how do you turn on the Hickory Tree from there?
You have to turn into the turning lane, and then you have to cross back over 192, like that are going.
So you're making another left.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So when you pass this guy, you come down to the set of officers. You see officers hanging out there as you're.
No, there was no officers there.
When did you find this search? Oh, so Wednesday is the one when you saw.
Wednesday morning. No, it had to been when you guys were doing your search on Friday, because I had my son with me. I get my son on the weekends, so I had my son with me, and I want to say Friday morning is when I saw the post about the car and the picture of him, and that's when my heart sunk and I realized who it was. So when I called Crime Line, they hung up on me, told me too vague. Put my son inside the car seat, and then my friend lives right over on the corner from me, so I picked him up to come with me to go take pictures and So I would say Friday. I have timestamps on my phone, says 3:45, 3:46.
Okay.
And then when I came back through is when I gave the photos.
Okay. So when you talked to Donna, obviously you provided a statement to her as well. I think she said she talked to you for a little bit.
She did talk to me, but I didn't write anything down for them.
Okay, that's fine.
The most she got was my first, last name, and my phone number.
Okay. But you airdropped the pictures of this area where you saw this guy.
Yes, I still have the 3 photos on my phone.
Is there any way that you could email me those photos?
Yeah.
You live by Deer Run?
Not anymore. I live off of Narcoossee now.
Is that the fire station you were referring to?
Yes. So when they were asking me questions about where exactly this is at, they're like, is it before Deer Run? Is it before Nolte? And I'm like, way after.
And you knew that because you're familiar with that area?
Yeah. I grew up in this area, and I've been going back and forth now. I've been doing work in Harmony for the past 3 to 4 years, mowing grass. I'm sorry, what's your email? How you spell Kissimmee?
Kissimmee.
Okay. Kissimmee.gov?
Gov, yeah. And I'm pretty sure Donna told me she already had the pictures and she was going to do what they do with them, but just so I have a record of them as well.
I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Thomas, when you were driving by him, I know you said you slowed down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
It didn't come to a complete stop?
No, sir. There was no sense to. I did have the thought in my head about asking him if he needed help changing his tire, but there was no other spare tire. There was no jack. He just had the tire iron, and plus the new tire was on the car. So I'm like, man's got it. And
how would you describe the way he looked? Did he look flustered, normal?
More, it had this scared face to him. Like it was just, and like the eyes, just more like a sadness to his eyes, So, like I said, nothing about it made it seem off to me, just passing him. He seemed like somebody that just broke down, So, but then later remembering everything, I'm like, no, he didn't even have spare tire, no jack, no car stand, like little car stands to be able to put the car down, anything like that. So that got me too. So now it kind of just replays that she might have been in that trunk as I pass. And it also replays that she was right behind me when I'm taking the photos of the storage container, saying he was parked right here. I did just email the...
Okay, perfect.
Was he only by the car when you saw him?
Yeah, he was only by the car. They're saying address not found.
Oh, you put 3 M's.
Oh no. My bad.
What did you ask?
If he was only by the car?
Yes, sir. I only saw him by the car. There was another vehicle approaching us on his side going towards Harmony. And I believe that was a black, newer Expedition. But I'm not too sure between the Expeditions and the Explorers. Or the Explorers actually is what you guys drive. So it was an Expedition because it was like a 4-door, bigger box truck,
Okay.
I know you said the trunk was closed. Were any of the other doors open?
No, I only saw him open his, not open it, but I saw him close his driver door. So I don't know if he exactly just got there whenever I made that turn or not, but I saw him close his driver door when I was approaching him, and he was walking towards the back of the car, and by the time I got to him, he was kneeling and looking at me when I was driving by him.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure you already said it, but I'll ask again. Did you see anyone else with him?
No, sir. I didn't see anybody inside the vehicle. I didn't really get a good look in the windows, but I did not see anybody else, like their head or anything like that inside the window.
So nobody outside with him either?
No, none of that either.
Did you see anybody walk in either on either side, coming north or south from where he was?
I'm sorry. No. From north or south, there was nobody walking. I didn't see anybody with him. He was just by himself. He really looked like somebody that was kind of changing his tire, but kind of just finished up. But Yeah, and it kind of also looks like he just got there because that front door.
Everything else? All right, so we're going to get somebody else to come in here and show you these pictures. So give us a minute. I'll be right back, okay?
All right. I guess last question. Did he appear, his clothes, what state would you say? Normal, dirty, clean? Remember anything specific about that?
He was wearing a black shirt. So with the black shirt that he was wearing inside his mugshot was like the closest I could say that I looked at the material. So I don't know if he even changed his clothes like when it came to that mugshot and that, or if he just re-wore a short, if he has multiple of the shirts. So he didn't look dirty. He didn't look like he just walked through anything. He didn't have any stickers all over him. I didn't see any of that.
Could you tell if he was sweaty or anything like that? Or
no, he kind of looked like he just got out of his car, where I couldn't say that because, I don't know if he has AC in his car, but, he didn't have a jacket on, he had these jeans, so, yeah, I'm sorry for just trailing.
That's okay. So you only saw the spare tire that's on his car. You didn't see an additional, the original tire that would be on it?
There was no original tire that would be on it, and there was no car jack, no car stand or anything like that. Just what he was using to change the tire was the iron. It was like a 4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, but give us 1 second.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm also good. All right. So I'm going to do a photo lineup, okay? I have some instructions to read to you, okay? All right. So you're going to be asked to view a group of photos of individuals, okay? It is just as important to clear, if you want to read it as well, clear innocent persons from suspicion as to identify guilty parties. The person of interest may or may not be in this photo lineup, and the photos are not in any particular order, okay? I do not know whether the person being investigated is included in the group. Individuals presented in the photo group may not appear exactly as they did on the day of the incident because features such as head and facial hair are subject to change. You should not feel like you have to make an identification. If you do identify someone, I will have you designate the photograph of the person you have identified. Regardless of whether you make the identification, we will continue to investigate the incident. The photos will be shown to you simultaneously and are not in any particular order. Take as much time as you need to examine the photos. Since this is an ongoing investigation, you should not discuss the identification procedures or results. Okay? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to have you initial right here. Okay? Thank you. And so I'm going to leave this pen with you. You can circle the page. Okay? I'm going to go out there, so you can take as much time as you need. Okay? Whenever you're ready, you can knock on the door and let me know that you're ready. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Let's not.
Dude.
That was quick. All right, so the photo lineup I was shown consisted of how many photos?
6.
Okay, go ahead and write that. Were you able to identify them?
The one person, yeah, I don't know who the other
Okay.
people were.
Okay, so just check mark there. Make a check.
Check.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what number was it? Okay. And this is the person who did what? Or that you saw what?
I able to go over to or not?
Yeah, that's okay. Just put it on the side. That's all right. Okay.
What day was last Monday?
Mm-hmm. 26. Okay. And then your signature right here. Awesome. And then the date.
Today's the 4th.
You are correct. Okay. Thank you so much. What was your name again? I'm sorry. Tom's. Carrie. All right. Just wait here, and I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So, like I told you over the phone, all I can do is ask. If media reaches out to you, anybody reaches out to you about this case, refer them to us.
That's what I did.
Try not to answer any questions.
She tried saying that, like, oh, you don't need the permission to give an interview, and I'm like, I don't want to interfere with their investigations, so I won't talk to anybody.
Yeah, like I said, I can't tell you what to do. All I can do is ask.
I'm not going to be looking to reach out to anybody, but if anybody reaches out, that's what we'll do. I advise them to you.
All right, the time is 3:34 p.m. We're going to conclude this interview.